spinning. There it goes. What's going on, Team Elite? How are y'all doing? David Lamoureux here. Happy Monday. Hope y'all are doing good. I am working this thing in the nooks and crannies of my life, right? I am driving back to Fort Worth from Austin. Had an incredible time here with the team and with the LifeVantage Academy, and got to spend some good quality time with my girlfriend as well. So I am excited about bringing to you some updates from the event. Obviously, you can't get everything from me without being there yourself. So I wanted to help kind of go into a little bit of the system and why the system is so important, and also to help you set up the right expectations for your business. Okay. First off, I just got off of a training call with Ray Higdon, and he was talking about how this is the lowest risk, lowest overhead form of business out there, period, that there is, right? He was just talking about how there was this restaurant manager that he was trying to get into to put advertisements on the bathrooms, the bathroom walls. And she was like, I'm not, I would sign the contract, but I'm not sure if we're even going to be here in the next 2 years. All right. And he was like, really? Right. So first off, that's the wrong mindset for her to have. But he was looking around at the place, and with the remodeling and the construction work that they just got through doing, he was estimating that they had about a minimum of $300,000 sunk into this business, and they weren't even expecting to last for the next 2 years, right? And then he was going into how for Domino's, check this out, you guys. Domino's franchise, what they tell you, right, is that it's a 10-year return on investment. 10 years just to make your money back. And how much money do you think they have to invest, go into the hole just to get into a Domino's franchise? You guys have any idea? I'm going to go ahead and tell you. $250,000. So what would you say if I told you, hey, we got this business, it's only $250,000 and you're not going to make any of that back until 10 years goes by, right? What would you say? You'd be like, oh my gosh. And then what would you say if I compared it to a network marketing company, to a network marketing opportunity? So imagine this, right? Hey, I've got this opportunity. It's only, $1,250 to join, and you're not going to make your money back for the first 10 years, right? What would you say at that point? You'd be like, oh my gosh, that's not good at all, right? Well, that's not what this industry is about at all. Hey, this is a $1,250 business that you can invest to, and you can make your money back within the first 30 days if you choose, right? We've seen people do that over and over and over again. And on the long side, let's just say that it takes you 3 months. Would that still be better? Would that still be a lower risk than a $250,000 investment and 10 years time on your return? It's crazy. It's asinine. So just letting you know, this is the lowest risk, lowest form business opportunity that there is, period, hands down, right? So I wanted to help you set up the right expectations for your business. And this is not only the lowest risk, but it's also the simplest, okay? You only have to pay let's just imagine this, $200 a month of auto ship, right? That restaurant owner, they spend more than $200 on the soap just to clean the dishes, okay? They spend more than $200 on a few tables just to get going, right? But for them, they have to do that, and then they don't even make their money back for the first 10 years. What if you only had a $200 a month overhead, and you could still make $10,000 a month, $20,000, $50,000, $100,000, okay? There are people in this industry. There is no cap, you guys. There are people in this industry that are making $1 million a year with literally only a $200 a month overhead, okay? So you got to start looking at it from a business perspective, right? And part-time, the magic of part-time, okay? Don't ever lose sight of the magic of part-time. If you want a good audio recommendation, I listen to this all the time. Jim Rohn, How to Build Your Network Marketing Business. Look that up on YouTube. Listen to it over and over and over again, okay? I absorb that like a sponge. I've probably listened to that thing about I don't know make as much time as I'm full-time working on my job. Would you like to hear my story? Who can resist the invitation? Who can resist that, right? So whenever people ask me, is this full-time for me? I'm like, no, it's never full-time. It's always part-time, right? Why is that? Because $1,000 full-time is not that impressive. But what if you made $1,000 part-time and now you have another car? You have two other cars. $1,000 part-time is two car payments. Or I'm going on all these trips. I got, new stuff for my kids, new clothes. Well, how did you do that? Well, I got this little part-time thing going on. You want to hear what I'm doing? So keep it part-time and show up to the events. Sally said she couldn't make it to all the events. Well, why not? You're part-time. You only have to make one event a month. You're part-time. It's part of the system. What would you say if you were a business owner, you bought into Domino's and they told you, here's the system of how we do things, or even at Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is very stringent on that. They're very strict on their system. Or McDonald's. And why is that? Is because it's proven to work over and over and over and over again, okay? And you show up and you're like, yeah, that's great, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to cook the burgers this way. I want to cook them that way, right? Yeah, I don't want to, it's great how you have the buns, you toast them on this side, then you flip them or whatever. That's what the menu says, but I'm going to change that, okay? It doesn't make much sense. They're going to be like, all right, yeah, no, you're not a good fit for our system. You're not going to have much success here. Bye-bye, okay? That's just how it is. So I wanted to help you set up the right expectations for yourself. How much money do you want to make in this industry? If you tell me that you want to make $10,000 plus, then you need to follow the system. If you don't want to make a whole lot of money, then you don't really have to follow the system. It's no big deal, okay? You can take the products, you can love the products, you can get all the incredible health benefits of the products, you can still be a part of the team, part of the family, you can stay around the fire, you can join in on the calls, you can come to the meetings that we do, and we'll love you. We'll love you no matter what, okay? We're not gonna force you to have a higher production if you don't want it, right? It's completely up to you. But how much money do you want to make, right? If you tell me that your goals are even $5,000 plus, and this is per month. So if you want to change your life, then you need to follow the system. James Hyden, here's where I'm going to get into some updates of this weekend, okay? So James Hyden, the way that he put it, for one thing, he's a Pro 7, and he was an ex-police officer, okay? They have to be very careful with the things that they tie their name behind because they have to be right? They're police officers. So he is a Pro 7, and he said that this industry is very rewarding, but it's also very non-forgiving because if this system has 5 major parts to it, and if you leave one of these parts of the system out, it doesn't work as well, okay? He actually said it crumbles, okay? So there are simply 5 points to our system, and you have to be doing all 5 in order to make this work, right? So what are the 5 points of the system, okay? The 5 points are 15 presentations a month or more. Show up to all the company events and treat them as a priority. Always do what you say you're going to do. Always stay in control of your business. What was the other one? So 15 a month, show up to the events, always stay in control of your business, do what you say you're going to do, and promote the events, okay? This business, like I said, is very rewarding. There's no ceiling, but it is very unforgiving if you leave any one of those parts of the system out, okay? So how much money do you want to make? If you want to make a lot, now you know the system. The system is so simple. I have good news for you. It's so simple. All you got to do is just follow it, okay? One time a month, go to the company events. Always do what you say you're going to do. Do 15 presentations a month or more. Just share it with people 15 times a month or more, okay? Always do what you say you're going to do. Stay in control of your business and promote the system, promote the company, promote the products, promote the events, okay? That's it. So let me ask you this. Would you let a doctor perform surgery on you if he did not show up to school, show up to classes, and not get his degree? Okay. Would you trust that doctor? Would you trust him to be a professional, right, and to be able to help you solve your problem? I would wager to say that you wouldn't, right? So that is a big part of the system for doctors, right? They have to show up to their event. They have to show up to get to their schooling, their classes, their education, to get their degree, to help them solve the problem, to help them make a lot of money, right? To help them help more people. So I'm going to give you a couple of examples. Sherry Hollenbeck, right? Sherry Hollenbeck, whenever she first got started, what's going on, Devon? Welcome to the call, buddy. Sherry Hollenbeck, whenever she first got started, she looked at Everett Chilling. Everett Chilling at that point, well, I'm not sure what rank he was at that point, but he's a Pro 8 or Pro 9 right now. And she was like, all right, Everett, I'm in, I'm all in, I'm excited. I want to be making the kind of money that you want to make. Tell me how to do this thing. So he was like, Sherry, here's all you got to do. There's an event happening next week. It's the Elite Academy. All you got to do is get there. And she was like, oh my gosh, I got to work that week. I've got, midterm scheduled. I've got this and that and this and that, but. And so Everett, he was like, hey, listen, it's no big deal. But you told me that you want to make this amount of money. So if you want to make this amount of money, then figure it out. You got to get there. That's just part of the system. That's how you do it. So she was like, all right, fine. So basically, after it was all said and done, she had to call in some favors for some people to take over for her shift at work. And she ended up putting about $4,000, I believe, even on a credit card after airfare and bus and ticket and all of that, and lodging. But look where she's at now. She's an Elite Pro 8. Do you think that investment paid off for her? Do you think that she was happy that she just simply followed the leadership and followed the system? The system is very simple. Just follow it, okay? Another example, James Hyden himself. So James Hyden was there this weekend, and he was there. He was actually saying that he did not want to show up to the rah-rah, whatever, the Elite Academies. He was there just to literally say, this is no big deal, team. I'm just going to go just to make an appearance for us, and then just, kind of blow it off after that, just to say that I went. So he goes to an Elite Academy, and this is James Hyden, a Pro 7 now. His mind was blown, you guys. And then he was kicking himself in the butt like, oh my gosh, I wish that I had brought more of my team here. That's always the story that we hear. Another one, Sonny Belanger. Sonny Belanger, he's a Pro 8 right now, or Pro 9. Gosh, I keep forgetting. they're making a lot of money either way. He did the same thing. He showed up and he was like, man, I don't want to go to one of these stupid events, one of these Elite Academies, and I'm just going to go just to make an appearance for my team. Everybody, you guys stay home. I'll just go and, give you guys my notes, right? So he goes, his mind is blown as well, and he's kicking himself in the butt because he didn't have his team there as well too. That's the system. Literally just $15 a month and get to the events, and then promote that to your team. It's so simple. And some people are like, well, I can't make every event. And I'm like, and this is the words of Jim Rohn too. Why not? You're part-time, one time a month, okay? Part-time. It's the system. It's super simple. Now, here are just a couple of bullet points that I wrote down earlier at the stoplight of why you want to be there at the event, okay? It's plugging into the system, right? You want your team to not only learn from you and see your example because you're the leader, but you want to plug your team into the system and have them learn the system from somebody else. You want them to learn the professional skills from these proven business builders from someone else. You know how we do third-party validation all the time? It's the same thing. It's the same exact thing whenever it comes to learning the professional skills, okay? Number 2, oh yeah, learn from someone else. Got that. Let's see, builds your belief. It builds your belief through the roof because, again, not only it's good to learn from your upline, from your support team, from your sponsor team, but some of y'all get tired of hearing me teach and hearing me talk, right? So you got to learn from someone else, and this builds your belief because you're not only hearing it from me, but you're hearing it from someone else. So quick example of this. James Hyden, there at the event, he shared some incredible testimonies, not only of himself, but of a guy that he knew. See, James Hyden was actually very skeptical of this product in the beginning. He didn't want anything to do with it. His wife was taking this product, and she said that she had an awesome turnaround. She just started feeling better, okay? He wasn't even believing her in her story just because he thought that she was just believing the placebo effect, okay? So he didn't even believe his own wife that these products were working. But whenever his friend, who was really old, probably I think in his 70s, he had some kind of fatal autoimmune disorder that was going on, and he was bleeding from his urine for a while, and his doctors didn't give him much longer to live. And James, he talked with his friend about it, and he got off the phone. He got back in the car with his wife, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, did you tell him about Protandim?" And he was like, "No, I don't like, I don't want to give anybody false hope." And she was like, "Maybe you gotta at least tell him, you know." And so he got out of the car. He told his friend about it. He said, "Hey, my wife just said, she recommended that I share this info with you. It's an ABC Primetime News Report video. I don't know if it's going to help you or not." And because they had been customer business relationships for a while, the guy said, "Okay, fine, I'll try it." Right? That man is perfectly alive and well today. And James Hyden, he was like, if it wasn't for his story, his friend's health and wellness story, it kind of backed up his wife's story as well. He told his wife, "I don't even know if your story's true." But because this man, his story was true, it built his belief, right? It showed that this was true and that this was right and that this was helping people. So building your belief is a big deal. Now, here's why I brought that up. You just heard that story from me. You may or may not remember that story. It may or may not have impacted you very much. Why? Because I heard it from someone else, okay? And I may have not included all of the details, all of the emotion, all of the impact that James Hyden shared with us. So it means something different whenever you are there to hear it yourself. Information gets degraded as it is passed on from one source to another, right? So that's another reason why it's important to show up to the events, is because you actually you hear these stories from the other people, so that you can put those stories in your tool belt and share them. Because stories sell and facts tell. Stories are what builds this business, okay? So that's that. Build your belief. Number 4, it helps you to put more skin in the game. So what if you started a business with $100,000, okay? Would you work that business more than if you started a business at $100, right? Yeah, you would. Why would you do that? Because you've got a whole lot more to lose than if you just put $100 into a business. If you just lost $100, it's no big deal, right? But if you started a business with $100,000, or like we were talking about earlier with the Domino's, $250,000 and a 10-year return on investment, then you better believe it. You're gonna show your butt up to work, and you're going to get that money back because you have a lot of skin in the game. Showing up to the events is game. That's why it's really important for you to show up to one of the company events at least once a month. Okay. Number 5, it helps you to build a relationship with your team. I love you guys. Every single one of you on the team, I love you guys like friends, like family. This is the Team Elite family, and I love you guys. I'm gonna go to bat for you every day of the week. I'm gonna help you guys to have success and you want for you and your family. That's why I'm doing this business. So I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, not only what you want to hear. Okay. I love you guys, right? The system is very simple. Okay. 15 a month, show up to the company events, always do what you say you're going to do, stay in control of your business and promote the events. So that's number 5. You build a relationship with your team, right? Go into the Elite Academies all throughout the US. This is so much fun. Okay. There's something magical about going with your team. And even if you don't have a team yet, but traveling to different destination events to learn from proven business builders, to learn the system, to get in the stream and the heartbeat of the company, and to be in the environment of about 5,000 other people that have the same goal in mind and the same like-minded mindset that you have. There's something magical about it, right? It helps you to change your worldview and your paradigm on life. Because what happens whenever you go back home? Right? Now, whenever you go back home, you have a vision of what you want to do. You see people walking on the stage and you ask yourself, are they doing anything that I can't do myself? Right? The answer is no. They're doing the exact same system that we're teaching you. Very simple. So you see what's possible. And I want to give you guys permission. I want you to give yourselves permission to not only dream again, what does your future life look like whenever you have success, whenever you are bringing in $10,000 or $20,000 a month of residual income, or even $500 a month, okay? What does an extra $500 a month of automatic residual income do for you and your family? Give yourself permission to have that dream. What does it look like? Now, once you figure out what it looks like, take on that feeling and allow yourself to win. Allow yourself to have that success and get to work. That's all it is, okay? So today's Monday. Set your activity goals for the week. How many people do you want to talk to? How many presentations do you want to do, okay? Your exposures in this industry is your miles per hour. So going, talking to 2 people a day is like going 20 miles an hour. If you have a destination that you want to get to, going 100 miles an hour is going to get you there a whole lot faster. So talking to 10 people a day is like going 100 miles an hour. So today's Monday, set your activity goals for the week and allow yourself to win, okay? That's another reason why going to like the Elite Academies is a big deal, because you see that it's possible. You see what can happen for yourself. And so when you get back home, you hit the ground running, and it helps you to shorten the amount of time that it takes you to get success, okay? I can't tell you how many people went to an Elite Academy, their mind was blown, and they got back home and they just took off to the elite ranks, okay? But you got to follow the system. So I love you guys. I hope that this video has helped you. If you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to me. If you need some homework, go ahead and watch the buildingdepth5x5.com video, all right? You'll learn the system from Marcel Niederhauser in a very clear and simple way, probably a lot clearer and simpler than I did just now. So buildingdepth5x5.com. Watch that today if you can. It will help you to realize all this business is that, okay? That one video, all right? Building Depth 5x5, that's the whole business right there. So I love you guys. Go watch that and set your activity goals for today. And I encourage you, get into production more than you just get into student learning mode. So take what you learn and go apply it. Simply go ask people, hey, are you open to taking a look at what I'm doing? That's it, okay? Can you hop on a video call tonight, or would tomorrow be better? That's it, all right? Hey, I've got a project I'm working on and I'd love your opinion on it. Can you get on a video call tonight, or would tomorrow be better? Take that fast track script and go send it out to 10 people today and see what happens, all right? I love you guys. I hope you all have a good rest of your Monday, good rest of your week. Let's go kill it and crush it. And I'll talk to you guys on the next video. Thanks. Bye now.